weave faint, unintelligible whispers in the background.
You feel it, don't you? That gnawing sense of being stuck. Like a fly caught in honey, you buzz and struggle, but you can't quite break free. It's as if you're watching a movie of your life. You're not the director. You're trapped in a reality you didn't choose, playing a role you never auditioned for. You're so smart that you're dumb. Time to break free. Let's unravel this, shall we? Because here's the thing. You're not crazy. You're not deficient. You're not doomed to repeat the same patterns, the same mistakes, the same unfulfilling cycles. There's a reason you feel stuck. A reason why you self-sabotage. Why you miss opportunities. Why you can't seem to create the life you deeply desire. And that reason is not about willpower or positive thinking. Or it's definitely not about some self-help band-aids. It's about your shadow. Shadow psychology. It's the key to understanding why you're stuck. It's the Rosetta Stone of your unconscious mind. The decoder ring for the mystery of you. The shadow, that hidden, unconscious part of you, is the puppeteer pulling the strings, influencing your actions, your emotions, your decisions. Like a secret agent operating in the shadows of your psyche. And until you bring it into the light of awareness, it will continue to run the show. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist of exploring the depths of the human psyche, said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. He wasn't talking about destiny. He was talking about the shadow. Everyone carries a shadow, a metaphorical sack, let's say, and the less it is embodied in your conscious life, the blacker, the denser it becomes. If a weakness is conscious, out in the open, you have a chance to fix it. But if it's buried, hidden from view, it festers, it grows, and it's liable to explode when you least expect it. Jung spoke of two types of shadow, the personal and the collective. Starting with the personal, Jung calls it the thing a person has no wish to be. Pretty straightforward, huh? The personal shadow represents the disowned or suppressed attributes and qualities of the ego. It's the sum of all those pesky qualities we like to hide from ourselves. The stuff we deem unacceptable, embarrassing, or even downright evil. The shadow contains those things everybody has but prefers not to know about. They seem inferior, primitive, or even barbaric. The shadow is most visible when one is in the grip of intense emotions. Rage, envy, lust, under the influence of alcohol, etc. For example, one may suddenly lash out during a celebration. When we do not want to admit what we despise, we project it onto others. They become the carriers of our disowned darkness. Now, it is possible to be conscious of your shadow, to have it under some semblance of control, to keep it on a leash, so to speak. That is, under ego control. But so many of us, we'd rather not look. We'd rather pretend it doesn't exist. We bury it so deep that our conscious mind doesn't even catch a whiff of its shenanigans. And when that happens, the shadow goes rogue. It runs the show, pulling strings behind the scenes, sabotaging our relationships, our careers, our very lives. It expresses itself in all sorts of sneaky ways. Slips of the tongue, accidental mistakes, unsettling dreams that leave you feeling uneasy. Jung understood this all too well. He stressed the importance of becoming aware of this shadow, especially in dreams, because it plays a compensatory role, a balancing act in the drama of our lives. The privilege of a lifetime, Jung wrote, is to become who you truly are. Becoming who you truly are, it means embracing your shadow, not erasing it, not pretending it doesn't exist, but integrating it. Think of it like this. Your shadow is a hidden backpack, filled with all fears, beliefs, emotions you've ignored. The heavier it is, the harder it is to move forward. Integration, It's like unpacking that backpack, examining each item, understanding its purpose, and deciding what to keep, what to discard, what to transform. It's not about becoming a bad person. It's about becoming whole, integrated, aligned. And when you do that, when you integrate your shadow, it becomes a source of power, of wisdom, of creative fire. The first step, recognizing that the shadow isn't your enemy. It's a teacher, a guide, a challenging, but ultimately benevolent guide. And integrating it, it's the key to unlocking your true potential, to breaking free from the subconscious patterns that keep you trapped in a reality you don't want. Now, let's dig a little deeper. There are other forces at play here, other unconscious factors that contribute to feeling stuck. Limiting beliefs, for example. Those sneaky little narratives that run on repeat in the background of your mind, shaping your reality without you even realizing it. I'm not good enough. I'll never find love. It's too late for me. If I rest, I'll fall behind forever. Sound familiar? These beliefs, they often take root in childhood, like weeds in a garden. They become your default settings, your unconscious rules for how the world works. And they create walls, invisible barriers that prevent you from moving forward, from claiming the life you truly desire. Tony Robbins put it this way: beliefs have the power to create and the power to destroy. He wasn't kidding. Your beliefs are powerful. They shape your reality, and if you're not consciously choosing them, they'll choose you. Then there's emotional suppression. The art of stuffing your feelings down, 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 until you can't feel anything at all. Numbness, disconnection, a chronic avoidance of anything. Difficult, uncomfortable, messy. But here's the problem, as Brené Brown put it. We cannot selectively numb emotions. When we numb the painful emotions, we also numb the positive emotions. So, you shut down the sadness, and you also shut down the joy. You suppress the anger, and you also suppress the passion. You become a ghost in your own life, drifting through the motions, disconnected from your own heart. And guess what? Those unprocessed emotions, they don't just disappear. They become energetic blockages, weighing you down, keeping you stuck. And sometimes you're just not aware of what's keeping you stuck, of the stories you're telling yourself, of the patterns you're repeating. Lack of self-awareness. It's like driving in the dark without headlights. You might get somewhere eventually, but it's going to be a bumpy ride. Energy blockages too. Think of your energy as a river, flowing, vibrant, life-giving. But what happens when you dam it up? Stagnation, decay, emotional stagnation, spiritual misalignment. They create energetic boulders in the river of your being, disrupting the flow, creating stuckness. And finally, lack of vision, purpose, direction. Without a clear sense of where you're going, it's easy to feel lost adrift, like a ship without a sail, tossed about by the winds of circumstance. Having a purpose, a vision for your life, it creates order in the chaos. It gives you a compass, a guiding star to navigate by. So, we've mapped a terrain of stuckness. The why behind the why. These forces: limiting beliefs, emotional suppression, lack of self-awareness, energy blockages, and lack of vision. They're not random. They're interconnected. And they all contribute to the sense of being stuck. Yes, it's true, these are powerful forces, operating mostly in the background, shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize. But here's the good news: each one of these forces can be addressed, unraveled, transformed. And as you do that, piece by piece, you'll start to notice the chains loosening, the door unlocking, the river flowing, the fog lifting. So, are you ready to take that first step? Because now that you know what's keeping you stuck, the question isn't why am I stuck? It's what am I willing to do about it? And it all starts with tuning in to one of your most powerful internal tools, your emotions. Your emotions, they're not the enemy. They're not irrational or weak or something to be suppressed. They're messengers from the deep, carrying vital information about you, your needs, your desires, your unmet longings. They're the gateway to your unconscious. They're the key to unlocking the secrets of your shadow. They hold the answers, the clues, the map to freedom. Those names we give them: joy, sadness, anger, fear, they're just labels, agreed upon terms for sensations we all experience. There are no good emotions or bad emotions. They all serve a purpose. They just vibrate at different frequencies. And the universe, it doesn't understand good or bad. It understands energy, frequency, vibration. Every time you feel something, anything, a part of you, a hidden part, is trying to communicate. The question is, are you listening? Emotional intelligence, it's not about being nice or sensitive. Though those qualities aren't bad, mind you, it's about being intelligent about your emotions, knowing what you're feeling and why, understanding the whispers of your shadow and choosing how to respond rather than reacting. It's the art of navigating your inner world with skill, with awareness, with compassion. Psychologists divide it into 4 domains: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. A whole quadrant of being. But for our purposes, well, stick with the first 2: self-awareness, self-management, knowing what you're feeling and choosing how to respond. Instead of reacting, instead of being a puppet of your past, a prisoner of your shadow. This ability to manage emotions manifests as resilience, self-control, and a capacity for deep, meaningful connections. It enhances self-awareness, allowing us to recognize our own emotional triggers and biases. Emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding your emotions. It's also the first step to transforming them. When you bring self-awareness to your feelings, you unlock the power to process them, to move through them, and to grow from them. This is where the real work begins, turning awareness into action. So, how do you process these emotional messengers? These whispers from the deep, these signals from your shadow? It takes time, space, and a willingness to explore, to dive deep, to get messy. Viktor Frankl, the man who found meaning in the face of unimaginable suffering, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space, it's where the transformation happens. It's about creating a sanctuary for your soul, a space where you can be honest, raw, unfiltered, a place where you can meet your shadow without judgment, without fear. Give yourself time. Unplug from the noise, the constant barrage of information, simulation, distraction. Create a space, a physical space, a mental space, an emotional space, where you can simply be with yourself, with your emotions, with your shadow. Now, dive deep into the tangled underworld of your being. And then, explore. Dive deep into the underworld of your being. Explore the connection, the often tangled, messy connection between your feelings and their roots. The stories you tell yourself, the beliefs you cling to like life rafts in a stormy sea, the wounds you carry like hidden treasures. It's not about wallowing. It's not about indulging in drama, though a little drama can be fun. Let's be honest. It's about understanding about uncovering the hidden wisdom that your emotions and your shadow are trying to share. It's about asking yourself the tough questions. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? What is the deeper message here? What is my shadow trying to tell me? It's about listening to the whispers of your soul and having the courage to respond. Journaling is a practice of self-awareness in action. It gives you the space to hear your inner dialogue, uncover your emotional triggers, and make sense of the hidden forces shaping your reality. Journaling. It's not about doing it right. There's no right way, no wrong way. No gold stars for perfect penmanship, no grades for grammatical accuracy. It's about showing up for yourself, with yourself. It's about giving your mind space to breathe, to untangle the knots, to unravel the mysteries within. It's about creating a place where you can be honest, raw, unfiltered. A place where you can meet your shadow, without judgment, without fear. Jot down your feelings throughout the day. Capture the fleeting moments, the subtle shifts in your inner landscape. Like an emotional seismograph, registering the tremors of your being. Explore the emotionally charged experiences, the moments that shaped you, the events that cracked you open, the encounters that changed you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Write about your dreams, those cryptic messages from the deep, those symbolic representations of your unconscious, desires, fears, and longings. Don't try to analyze them. Not yet. Just record them. Capture the images, the sensations, the fragments of story. They're pieces of a puzzle, close to the mystery of you. And the more you write, the more the pieces begin to fit. There are two ways to regulate your emotions, two paths to inner peace, two approaches to taming the beast within. First, top down, that's the conscious route. Willpower, discipline, mind over matter. You decide how you want to feel, and you make it happen. You're the CEO of your inner world, issuing directives, implementing strategies, and monitoring results. Techniques include breathing exercises, deep, slow, conscious breaths, calming the storm within, changing your environment, creating a sanctuary for your soul, a space that nurtures your well-being, going for a run, releasing the pent-up energy, shaking off the stagnation, listening to uplifting music, shifting your vibrational frequency, expressing your emotions creatively through art, music, writing, dance, allowing the energy to flow, retraining your brain, rewiring your responses, creating new neural pathways to joy, to peace, to freedom. Second, bottom up, that's working with the body's innate wisdom, the intelligence of your cells, your gut, your instincts. Examples include yoga, flowing movements, connecting breath and body, releasing tension and grounding your energy. Meditation, stillness, silence, allowing the thoughts and feelings to come and go like clouds in the sky. Spending time in nature, immersing yourself in the earth's healing embrace, feeling the sun on your skin, the wind in your hair, the earth beneath your feet. Tapping into the wisdom of your senses, the taste of fresh fruit, the scent of flowers, the sound of birdsong. It's about tuning into the rhythm of your body, the wisdom of your senses, the language of your soul. Both paths are valuable. Both are essential. Experiment, explore, find what works for you. Your own personal emotional toolkit. Because emotional regulation, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a journey, a process of discovery, a dance between mind and body, consciousness and instinct, control and surrender. From regulation to vibration, a natural progression, a quantum leap from managing emotions to transforming them. When you master the dance of top-down and bottom-up regulation, something magical happens, something transcendent. Think of it like tuning an instrument. First, you learn the mechanics, the strings, the frets, the proper finger placement. That's your regulation, your conscious control. But then comes the music, the resonance, the frequency that changes everything. This is where emotional intelligence becomes energetic intelligence, where psychological mastery becomes spiritual awakening. The bridge between managing your emotions and transcending them entirely. Because here's the thing about emotions. They're not just feelings. They're frequencies, vibrations in the quantum field of consciousness. And when you learn to regulate them effectively, you're not just changing your mood, you're changing your energetic signature, your resonance with the universe itself. And that's where the real transformation begins. Here's the secret. Your emotions, they have a vibrational frequency, a hum, a resonance, a signature. Low vibe emotions like fear, shame, guilt, they're heavy, dense, like lead weights dragging you down, keeping you stuck in a loop, a cycle of suffering. They create a distortion in your energy field, repelling the very things you desire. High vibe emotions like joy, love, gratitude, they're light, expansive, like helium balloons lifting you up, expanding your awareness, connecting you to something bigger than yourself, than your story. They create a resonance in your energy field, attracting the things you truly desire. Emotional intelligence. It's not just about managing your feelings. It's about raising your vibration, aligning with your true self, your soul's purpose, the life you were born to live. It's about becoming a beacon of light, a transmitter of love, a force for good. And here's where things get interesting. The spiritual piece. Because it's all connected. You, me, this planet, the entire cosmos. We're all vibrating, all humming at different frequencies. Like a cosmic orchestra, each instrument playing its own unique note. And your emotions, they're not just feelings. They're energy, raw, potent, power, shaping your reality, attracting experiences that match your vibrational output. Like attracts like, energy attracts energy. It's the basic law of the universe. So, how do you channel this potent force? This emotional current? This inner fire? First, identify the feeling. What is it? Name it. Am it. No judgment. No pushing it away. Just be with it. Curiosity. That's the key. Approach your emotions like a scientist, a detective. Ask yourself, what's the message here? What's the hidden wisdom within this discomfort? What's my shadow trying to teach me? Where is it showing up? Where is it showing up? In my relationships, my work, my dreams, body. Recognize the triggers, the situations, the people, the thoughts that set off the emotional fireworks, the internal earthquakes. Then, allow yourself to feel it fully, without resistance, without judgment. Just be with the sensation, the energy, the vibration. Try not to resist the changes that come your way, wrote Rumi, the Sufi mystic. Instead, let life live through you. Let the emotion flow through you. Like a river? Don't dam it up. Don't try to control it. Just observe, explore. Connect the feeling to your values, your desires, your deepest longings. What is it telling you about what you truly want, need, crave, and then create an action plan, a path forward, a way to channel that emotional energy into creation, manifestation, transformation, healing. This is where the real power happens. This is where you take the raw energy of your emotions, the whispers of your shadow, and turn them into fuel for your dreams, for your purpose, for your becoming. Now, the following section is dedicated to providing a broader perspective on what we discussed earlier. It does not talk deeply into the topics, but offers an overview to help you understand how these concepts are interconnected. This is alchemy, the transmutation of lead into gold, shadow into light, unconscious into conscious, fear into courage, shame into self-acceptance. It's a journey, not a destination, a spiral, not a straight line. Embrace the messiness, the imperfections, the becoming. Because the shadow isn't something to be conquered. It's something to be integrated, embraced, transformed. Vibrational alignment. It's not some woo-woo, new age buzzword. It's physics, energy, frequency, vibration. It's about being in sync with your desires, your intentions, your soul's purpose. Think of it like a radio. You have to tune into the right frequency to receive the signal. And your emotions, they're the tuning dial. Fear, doubt, insecurity, they tune you into a frequency of lack, limitation, struggle. Then separation, joy, love, gratitude, they tune you into a frequency of abundance, flow, ease, connection. Shadow work, emotional intelligence, they're not just about feeling better. They're about shifting your frequency, aligning with the reality you want to create. It's not about manifesting $1 million, unless that's what you truly desire, of course. It's about manifesting a life that's in alignment with your true self, your authentic essence, your soul's calling. Energy attracts energy. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your emotions, they're not just contained within you. They ripple outwards, influencing the world around you, creating resonance. Think of it like two tuning forks. When one vibrates, the other vibrates too. If your internal world is filled with chaos, conflict, and drama, guess what? You're going to attract more of the same. But if your internal world is filled with peace, love, and harmony, you become a magnet for positive experiences, supportive relationships, opportunities that align with your soul's purpose. It's not supernatural. It's quantum physics. It's the law of attraction. It's the way the universe works. Now, let's get a little quantum, because why not? The observer effect, it's a mind-bending concept from the world of quantum physics. It means that the act of observing changes the thing being observed. Your consciousness, your attention, it has the power to shape reality. We are not only observers, said John Wheeler, the brilliant quantum physicist. We are participators. We're not just watching the movie of our lives. We're creating it. With every thought, every emotion, every choice. And when you focus on processing your emotions, when you bring your shadow into the light of awareness, you're not just feeling better. You're changing your vibrational state. You're shifting the quantum field. You're creating a new reality. A reality that's more in alignment with your true self. Your soul's purpose. Quantum entanglement, it's another one of those mind-bending concepts from quantum physics. It means that everything is connected, intertwined at the deepest level. Two particles, once connected, remain linked. No matter how far apart they are, change one and you instantly change the other. Spooky action at a distance, Einstein called it. And it's not just particles. It's everything. You, me, the trees, the stars, the entire universe. We're all part of this cosmic web, interconnected, interdependent. We are not separate from the universe. Deepak Chopra writes, "The universe is in us." So when you heal your energy, when you integrate your shadow, when you raise your vibration, you're not just changing yourself. You're changing the whole. You're sending ripples of healing, of wholeness throughout the universe. It's like the butterfly effect. A small change in one place can have a massive impact everywhere else. So don't underestimate your power, your potential, your ability to create change, not just in your own life, but in the world. The best way to capture moments is to pay attention. This is how we cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness, being present, right here, right now, it's the key to escaping the reality you don't want. Because the present moment, it's all you have. The past is gone. The future is an illusion. Only the present is real. And when you're fully present, you're not trapped in the stories of your past, the anxieties of your future. You're free to choose, to create, to become. So to recap, because it's a lot, and now face your shadow, those hidden messy parts of yourself. They're not your enemies. They're your teachers. Integrate them. Develop your emotional intelligence. Learn to identify, understand, and regulate your emotions. Become a master of your inner world. Journal. Meditate. Move your body. Connect with nature. Find what works for you. Create your own toolkit. Your own rituals. Your own path. Raise your vibration. Align with your true self. Your soul's purpose. The life you were born to live. And remember, it's all connected. Now, let's get practical. How does this shadow integration stuff actually play out in real life? In the nitty-gritty of everyday existence? Let's say you're triggered. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your boss criticizes your work. Your partner says something that hurts. Your first reaction: anger, rage, the urge to lash out, blame, make them pay. That's the shadow whispering in your ear. Attack, defend, protect. But what if instead of reacting, you paused, took a deep breath, and asked yourself, what's really going on here? What's the deeper wound that's being triggered? Maybe it's not about the traffic, the boss, or the partner. Maybe it's about feeling unseen, unvalued, unappreciated. That's the shadow's message. And when you see it, when you acknowledge it, you can choose a different response. Instead of anger, you can choose assertiveness. Hey, you might say calmly, I understand you're frustrated, but that was dangerous. Please be more careful. Instead of blame, you can choose compassion. Wow, you might think, they must be going through something really tough to behave that way. Instead of making them pay, you can choose to heal yourself. Address the deeper wound that's been triggered. That's shadow integration in action. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware and choosing consciously. Maybe it's a dream, a recurrent dream where you're being chased by a shadowy figure, by a monster, by yourself. What's the message? What's your shadow trying to tell you? Maybe it's about running away from your own power, your own potential, your own Truth? So you journal about it. You meditate on it. You explore the feelings it evokes. The fear, the anxiety, the excitement. And gradually, the dream changes. The shadowy figure becomes less threatening, more familiar, and eventually it disappears, replaced by a sense of peace, of wholeness, of coming home to yourself. Or maybe it's a creative block. You want to write a book, paint a picture, start a business, but something's holding you back. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being seen. That's the shadow whispering its lies. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? You'll just fail anyway. So you acknowledge the fear. You feel it. You breathe into it. And then you create anyway. You write the first page. You paint the first brushstroke. You take the first step. And as you create, the shadow proceeds. Its power diminishes. And your own light begins to shine. Now, confront your emotional shadow and change your reality. And hey, thanks for watching. Seriously, it means the world to me.